I attended Russell Brunson's Selling Online Challenge, and it was not what I expected. I'm going to give you some of my top takeaways from the event. So my biggest takeaway was the reminder, something I already knew, but it's so great to hear it over and over again because that's how we really get it into our thick brains, right? Success is only 10% tactics. 90% of it is psychology. If you don't have your mind right, if you don't have that belief in yourself, and this is what I'm all about here. If you just check out my channel, if you don't have that belief right, it's not going to work no matter what you do. Get your mind right first. They also talked about how you don't want the journey to be easy. And I love that they dived into the psychology and mindset behind this so much because I need the tactics, yes, but I also need that constant reminder, we all do, that so much of it is mindset, right? So they were talking about how you don't want the journey to be easy. That's what molds you into the kind of person who can actually handle your big, beautiful future that you're envisioning. The fact that it's hard is you don't want to hit the brakes. You want to hit the gas. Because when your competition, and I hate to even say competition, Russell I think says he doesn't even have competition, but when the other people are quitting, when it gets really tough and they're quitting, you're going to hit the gas, and that is when it's going to happen for you. That is when you're the closest to breakthrough. I like to describe it as like a woman about to have her baby, and I've had 5, so I have a little experience here. When you are about to have your baby and you are in that transition, you literally, I guarantee not a single woman has experienced otherwise. You're like, I can't do this anymore. That's it. I'm done. I want to stop. Let's stop this. And you can't, obviously, right? But that's right before you meet your baby. And that's exactly how it feels right before your breakthrough. So don't quit. If you get anything from this, don't quit. One line that really stuck with me was, when others quit, you won't, and that's when you'll win. And that's kind of what we just talked about here. Tactic-wise, the perfect webinar framework was just like gold. And again, I've seen this here and there before. I just ordered all 3 of his books, by the way. Can't wait to eat them up. My baby's rearranging the homeschool room right now. But I don't really have a better way to say it. It was just perfect. You can use it for webinars, yes, but you can also use it for content creation, for live teaching, speaking, even homeschooling. I can use this for. It is the perfect teaching tool. It is the perfect webinar. How else can you describe it other than saying what it is? They also touched on 2 ways that you can make your offer cheapest. One way to do this was to increase the value of your offer. The other way was to decrease the price. And obviously, increasing the value is the superior option, right? Because lowering your price is just a race to the bottom. It is going to result in bad margins. And nobody actually wants the cheapest thing, right? Let's be honest. If we had a choice, we wouldn't probably be shopping at Stinkmart. There was so much on overcoming objections. I have so many notes here. Busting limiting beliefs and presenting your one-to-many offer in such a powerful way, and so many different ways to do it. It wasn't just tactics. It was encouraging. It was empowering. It was funny. I cried a few times. I don't usually cry in front of people, but so don't tell anybody. It was just full of real stories of real people, entrepreneurs who were doing it. Some of the stories I had heard before, like Jamie Kern Lima was speaking, see real people who started where we were, or maybe even worse off, right? And just who made it. And it's just over delivering for $100 that I paid. It was a very long event. I will say that it was about 8-ish hours most days, except for today. It was a little shorter on the last day. A little long, but it was so worth it. It was jam-packed. It was absolutely worth it. I can't recommend it enough, and I'm not just saying that. I love it. And I've taken a lot of courses. I've probably spent about a little over $3,500 on courses and trainings and things like that in the past 2-3 years. So this was definitely one of my top trainings that I have had. So I'm going to leave the link for it in the description just in case you want to check it out, but I highly recommend.